Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Want to catch a fuel bargain with Caltex and Supergold? Scan your Caltex app, Flybuys or Airpoints for 6 cents off per litre with Pumped.
You beauty!
And show your Supergold card for an extra 2 cents off. Ah, feels good.
Since 2022, New Zealand Carbon Farming has been a partner in our School Sports Series, which is a collection of national sporting events that are held throughout New Zealand. They've also committed significant funding to help local schools in the communities that they're a part of so they can achieve more with their sport programs.
Having this funding, being able to use it specifically targeting sport and to promote sport in schools is hugely beneficial.
As a small rural school, obviously travel is an issue for us. We compete often in the Waikato.
We're a community who's driven by sport, but often money and the cost of travel and the cost of accommodation and uniform can be a barrier for some of our students.
Our students are in an area where money is tight and opportunities for them is minimal, so creating more opportunities at school for our students to participate in sport is what we're wanting to do.
So to be able to have the support of New Zealand Carbon Farming has been fantastic this year.
We are very grateful for the funding. It's going to help a lot of our students here at Tikuti High School, especially one of our students, Callum Headley. He has made the New Zealand Kia Ораhi team.
I'd just like to thank New Zealand Carbon Farming for their support of the college. Without the support, we wouldn't be able to offer everything we do to the students.
Huge thank you to New Zealand Carbon Farming. Certainly the opportunities and the sponsorship that's been provided is pretty crucial for our school.
Big thanks to New Zealand Carbon Farming for everything they've done for us. Without them, then we wouldn't look like this.
This is an opportunity that we can't pass on.
Hi there everybody, Ben O'Brien here for Māori Television. It is a fantastic day. The scene is set here at the Rectory Ground in Gisborne. And I'll tell you what, 12 degrees, southwestern Gisborne have won the toss. They chose to kick off. They'll be playing from right to left of your screen. And Hamilton will play from left to right. Rahia Tumutu. Wonderful day.
Kia ora Ben, ai rere ana ngā mihi kia koutou e whakarongo mai ana e mātakitaki mai ana I tēnei rā, ki konei ki te pāka tuatahi o Rectory, ki konei ki Tauranga nui ai ki whanau mai, hara mai, hoki mai ki tō tātou pāpāhotanga I wainga I te kapa Turangatāne me Hamilton Boys High School. Welcome everyone, I've just welcomed you all to Gisborne. The weather, well we had storms in the last 24 hours but it has cleared. The ground I think is a little bit slippery. I nearly slipped up a few times on my way here, but grateful and so happy to be here, Ben.
We don't get much of a break from the weather here. No sooner does it stop than it starts back up again.
Yeah, you're right. Oh man, I was happy to see the sun for 2 days this week. Would have been nice if it was today. Yoi anō, I think our boys are used to playing in these conditions. Ahakoa te māku, ahakoa ka whiti mai a tamanui te rā. Yeah, really excited to see some rugby play today.
Well, it's going to be great Super 8 rugby at opposite ends of the spectrum. this Hamilton Boys High School team, the visitors lead the competition with 4th and 5, but they're one of 3 teams on 4th and 5. Gisborne's still looking for their first win, so also New Plymouth. The Gisborne Boys High School first 15 today from 1 to 15, the starting 15. Malosi Lua Falialo, Noah Torrance Cribb, Franco Ludwig, Joe Kemp, Ruben Faiteri, Jimmy Moore, co-captain Braith Ingram, Luke Bidouin, Liam Beattie, Cody Christie, Timawaki Stewart, Punahihi co-captain Kaiao Kerekere Tangira, Kaurangi Lichwaihi, Gibson Poi, the fullback to reserves are Levi Soto, John Niwa Karakia, Tipani Wilson, Taran Wilson, Safin Tuwairua Brown, David Gray, Marco Blackman. Just before we go through the Hamilton team, Rahia, some of these boys, what have you seen from the Gisborne boys in the little rugby you've seen?
They've shown really exciting rugby. E hikaka ana ia te waka tākro a Tauranga tāne. Ahakua kare anō rātou kia toa I tētahi tukinga ka kite I te pitomata. We do see little specks of greatness from our Gisborne Boys High School team. Despite them not winning a game this year, it doesn't, that has nothing to do with the way they play. And as we see, some boys are running onto the field.
Yes, Hamilton Boys High School taking the field. A powerful Hamilton team. Rarahui Palmer, Tom McCarthy, Liam Hayden, Christian McEwen, Josiah Moitara, Liam Sturm, captain of the team, Jack Miller, Inga Kokohu, Mac Russ, Wyndham Patuawa, Dupre Marshall, Hidaka Waitai Hainga, Ollie Gurin, Curtis Hanna, Rangiwai Lunjovic. Reserves, Tom Martin, Jake Rabart, Stefan Newman, Alex Arnold, Lance Kruger, Dallas Satamakine, Alex Pittsbrown, under legendary former New Zealand secondary schools coach Nigel Hotham, 20th year in the job. And the record of this Hamilton Boys High School team in the last 15, 20 years, absolutely incredible. They've won the Sanix Championship now 4 times, won the World School Festival Cup, won the Top 4 5 times, won the Super 8 13 times, 1 title shared since 1998 with Hastings Boys High School in 2016, and won 5 in a row before last year. That's a magnificent team for you. Gisborne Boys, very good game, very good match effort. Their last Super 8 outing, they come Braith Ingram, Punahihi co-captains, went down, but it was a very good game, 26-19, Gisborne Boys versus Hastings. Get the feeling of an occasion here, Rahi.
Yes, it is. Despite the Hamilton boys bringing a few trophies on, we also have to notice our co-captains. Braith celebrates his 30th cap today, and also Punahihi, he celebrates his 40th cap. Speaking of those trophies, Tina Whakamarama mai, let us know what the trophies at Hamilton Boys High School are all about.
Okay, well, first things first, moment of silence being observed at halfway. Rather, the teams are coming together now with caps off. 2 trophies at halfway, the Moaska Cup, Ranfurly Shield of New Zealand Secondary Schools Rugby, along with the Vesti Thomas Cup, played for between Gisborne and Hamilton. Hamilton retire. Hastings, no doubt, or rather, Gisborne Boys, the haka, watch for a haka with emotion today, especially with events around the country in the last 72 hours. Here, you can tell us about the passion.
Yeah, well, they started with a hiss and a roar. Hamilton Boys High School wasn't really expecting this from them. And I guess this haka sets the scene for the game. Nā korongo ai tātou I te ingoa o Waikato Tani Wharau no Waikato a Hamilton Boys High School. As we know, Waikato are very proud of their awa. He piko he taniwha, he piko he taniwha. Nā ko te kapa tiranga tāne tērā, I pikau ana. Whakatakoto ana I o rātou pōtai. A well-known haka here demonstrated by Hamilton Boys High School. Now we prepare for Tauranga Tane's haka. Led by Punahihi in his 40th cap. Ara, kua whakatakotoria te wero I wainga nui I nei kapa. It was awesome to see 2 haka today. Usually we only see Gisborne Boys High School perform a haka. So awesome to see Hamilton perform. He piko he taniwha, he kahaka no Waikato taniwha rau, Waikato tainui, anei he kaka na tātou ki te tīmata I tēnei tukinga.
Our match officials today in the middle, Ben Holt, 28-year-old mechanic, old boy of Lindisfarne College. On this side, Les Thomas, ex-New Zealand Royal Air Force. And on the far side, Hona Delamere. It is a grand occasion. Gisborne Boys kick off the far side. Of course, they're swapping, or rather taking caps off now. Caps reinstated a few years ago, that tradition. Moaska Cup. Treasured prize held by Hamilton Boys High School, along with the Vesty Thomas Cup they've held since 2012. Gisborne Boys and Hamilton. Gisborne to kick off from left to right of your screen. Into the southwester. Gisborne Boys starting first 5 today. Cody Christie, he'll wear the 10. This Hamilton Boys High School team, the best in the world champions. So Gisborne versus the world champions kicks off. Kick off Cody Christie and Hamilton Boys High School with the first touch. Outside the 22. Last Super 8 game for 10 of these Gisborne Boys players. Last home game of the season for Gisborne Boys High School. They've got 2 away games to follow, and they've got every reason to play their best rugby now. Kicking for space, which is intelligent. Getting back there on the turn. Good effort there defensively by Dupre Marshall. Scored some big tries, the biggest try of the season. I'll tell you about that later on. Team led by Captain Liam Sturm. Came here, was on the bench in 2021. Started open side flanker in 2021, scored a try against Palmerston North Boys High School, a big one. Hamilton Boys inventive and creative inside their own 22. Under advantage, referee Ben Holt, first penalty Hamilton. Well done here. These guys here obviously fit in the spring of youth.
Man, it makes me tired just watching them. You did mention that ko Hamilton Boys High School, ngā tua o te ao, you did mention that Hamilton Boys High School are the current world champions. But that doesn't mean, e harai te mea ka tuohu noa te kapa o Turangatane. Turangatane, Gisborne Boys High School will not let them go easy today. They will give everything they have. And a pretty exciting rugby in the first few minutes. Gisborne Boys High School not afraid to throw it out wide. It is terrible conditions here, I must admit. Kei te heke mai te ua, we have a little bit of rain falling on us, and there's also a southerly breeze. It is cold out there, but no doubt these boys will be very warm and very excited to play in this final match, especially for Boys High School.
Well, of course, last year it was 59-0 to Hamilton. Last time Gisborne gave Hamilton a toweling in 2011, it was 32-6. They're 22-6 at half-time. Throw to come McCarthy. McCarthy holds patiently.
Pressure, boys, good work.
This, ball is loose at the line out. Coming through as Jimmy Moore had it for a moment. Now ball with Hamilton tidying up there. Did a good job, Josiah Moitaida. So getting the ball back. Hamilton have it under advantage. Physical compete at the breakdown. Must make tackles. I think he's that sideline too as a third defender. Strong, purposeful Hamilton who will keep coming. Well organised. They've got a battery that doesn't stop running. Hamilton Boys High School. Another dangerous kick. Hamilton Boys High School coming forward on the kick. That was Dupre Marshall. Love their attacking attitude, Hamilton. Chasing that loose ball, chasing that chip kick. All the time, they're here looking to attack.
And that's the thing, as soon as the referee is playing advantage, ka kiki ai te nama te kau e te poro kia taia ai, kia koki ai rātou ki mua, and despite that not really happening, at least they gave it a try. As I mentioned, the weather conditions are not that good, but they're playing like it's a sunny day here in Gisborne.
That Dupre Marshall looks dangerous, Dupre. Is there a more dangerous player on the field? McCarthy, the first throw looked to be a pretty good one. Scraped the fingers of one of the lock forwards. Moitaida came down though and saved the day for Hamilton. McCarthy. No score early days. Hamilton with the first real clean, dominant win there at the line out. That was the captain Sturm. Over halfway, Hamilton. 2 metres over halfway. World champions, best in the business, best in the world, best there is. Gisborne back to chase. The ball went backward. Over there on the left wing, wearing 11 for Gisborne, is Tumuaki Stewart. He's played some very good rugby and scored some grand tries this season. Tremendous try against St. Peters. Only try scorer that day, but it was a big one for Gisborne. Their last game. Reasonably settled side, Gisborne. Them at halfback, Cody at first five. This is Lunjovic. Lunjovic with a good kick. Hamilton play a very clever game, field position-wise, territorially, Rahia.
And this is why, koe nei te take ko rātou ngā toa Aotearoa, this is just why they're the world champions. But I mean, Gisborne Boys High School, they're playing pretty mean, and we can hear Coach Dwayne he on the attacking end of Boys High School, giving them notes. I'm pretty sure I could hear him tell his team what to do. And you'd be deaf if you couldn't hear him here. So I'm making it very exciting for Te Poro I konei Tauranga Nui a Kiwa.
Well, Dwayne isn't the first Gisborne Boys High School head coach to watch the game from that position in goal. The great Dick Glover watched games from the in goal area, so I'm told. Good pass, Mac Russ. He's somebody that Gisborne have to watch. Scored a try against Palmerston North Boys, and a very good one at that. Hamilton, you love to see craftsmen at work. The way they build play, the way they build pressure. Charlie McEwen with a good carry there. Second year man, Charlie McEwen. No score in the game yet. Hamilton Boys, field position-wise, territorially, about 50-50 at this stage. I think that was Ludwig getting on the ball for Gisborne Boys. If so, good work by the tight head prop. Great work by Ludwig. Gisborne Boys have it again. They turned it over. Very good work by Gisborne's forwards. Tenacious, committed. One of the Hamilton players fell. Not quite sure what happened. I thought for a moment he might have run there into referee halt, but that can't be so. You can't see everything. Guys are big guys. They spend a lot of time in the gym, these guys. So Muscle McCarthy has had a word. We've seen a good line-out win from Sturm. Blindside flanker, captain. He's made a strong start to the game, Sturm. More than one line-out option, though, Hamilton. And that was the big fella, Christian McEwen. Carried the ball well earlier. But I pinch myself, what a wonderful day it is. It's not raining. We can see. God bless. Okay. Hamilton boys unable to get the ball back. Gisborne tenacious there again. Rahia, this awful weather people are predicting. Maybe it's, a case of rain, go away.
Honestly, I feel sorry for us here in Gisborne. We get 2 days of nice weather. Nā ka heke mai te ua. You did mention that it isn't raining, but I can feel a few trickles of water on my nose. So, there's just patches here. It's very cold though, and makariri ana I konei. But Gisborne Boys High School, very well done to get out of that danger zone as we prepare for the scrum.
Maybe with me the rain doesn't register. No brain, no pain. So Gisborne Boys and Frank Ludwig did well earlier. See here the scrum fed by Liam Beattie. Okay, good pressure from Hamilton. On this right side, Kaurangi Leach Waihi debuted against Wellington College. Ben Holt. Man, has he had some big appointments in the last couple of years. I think he's emerged as a good referee. He's not overly demonstrative. He seems pretty calm in the middle. Throw to come from Hamilton. McCarthy is impressed. He's found his jumpers, found Sturm, found McEwen. That's the most important thing for him is to make sure, of course, the ball hits the right man. Taking a little while to get this ball thrown in. McCarthy, a professional, under 18 representative, Chiefs under 18 rep, he'll rush nothing. Okay, another great catch. McEwen again, front of the line out, around about 7 metres off the left touch. Hamilton, good hands, Wyndham, Patuawa, that's what you'd expect. Hamilton with good hands. See there, Lundrovic has already put boot to ball to effect early in the game. That's Jimmy Moore. Jimmy Moore made the tackle there. Hamilton have it again. Pass from Russ. Hamilton attacking with that short kick. That was the big guy, McEwen. Isn't McEwen having a very good game? Winning line-out ball, carrying the ball well. Even caught the ball in. McEwen. Say his name with reverent pride. Awarded the penalty there, Hamilton. Chance to make it 3-0.
And it's right in front of the sticks to Kaimua tonu I ngā pau. No reira, kaore kore he kiki Ngāori tēnei ma te kai kiki. So Hamilton boys have had most of the ball in this first half, but Gisborne Boys High School have been doing a really good job at defence. Punahihi, I saw him do make a few big tackles there. He's a big boy himself. Of course, his dad is the head coach, so he'd want to make sure that he does do a good job so he can have dinner tonight. But no, very impressive rugby, I must say. Without any advisism, that Gisborne Boys High School are portraying here. Koenei tā rātou tukinga tuatahi. We have said that this is their final match of the year, so no doubt they will want to put on a good display. Mō ngā kaimatakitaki konei. We have a few spectators here in the grueling weather.
Well, this is Patuawa, and he has kicked the penalty goal. The first points for 3-0. Thing about Patuawa, very good player that he is, converted 7 of 12 against New Plymouth. Member of the New Zealand touch team, third-year player in the first 15. So 3-0 Hamilton lead. And classic strike first up.
And that Boys High School with the kick-off. And it does make the 10, and they do get the ball back. Punahihi there, gathering the ball. Oh, and picked up by Hamilton. And Hamilton here, making use of the ball. Oh, intercepted here by Kaurangi Leach Waihi.
Leach Waihi, the pass back inside. And Gisborne have scored the first try of the game. And that is a fantastic moment. My goodness, if it was the centre, that's Kaiao Kerekere Tangira following through a magnificent try Sorry, we were a little distracted there a moment ago. When you have an adoring public, though, you cannot ignore the fans. And so while we were dealing with that, score jumped to 5-3. Honestly, we were trying to concentrate on the rugby, but we had autograph hunters and Lord only knows what down there had to deal with. 5-3. Sometimes you've got to just push them off. Cody Christie to take the shot. So Gisborne 5-3 against the world champions. 5-3. I remember there was a time goal kickers just used to dig a hole with the heel and kick it from there. Long time ago. Or a teammate used to put a hand on top of the ball. 5-3. Kaiao, Kere Tangiera. Cody Christie. Okay, and the conversion is there. It's there, and Gisborne leads 7-3. I thought that was pretty well judged by Cody Christie. 7-3 Gisborne. Wow. We started playing. One of the most promising young first fives in the country, Wyndham Patuawa. A great talent. Can score a try as well. We started play.
Take him, Duke, take him!
Gisborne caught the ball in the field of play. The ball is on the Gisborne side. They lead 7-3 with the odds stacked against them. The underdog lead by 4 points. Gisborne Boys in front of their own posts. To ground. Hamilton will make their tackles. Can't see them missing many. Strong defence by Sturm, Captain Sturm. Gisborne Boys awarded the penalty there by our referee Holt, who's now come to assistant referee Thomas. He and Hona Delamere, two very experienced assistant referees. Gisborne Boys up by 4 with the first try. Good play. Hamilton scored the first points, of course, don't forget, with that penalty. I must admit, I've enjoyed watching Dupre Marshall run with the ball. Man, he's dangerous. He's an athlete. On the other wing, Curtis Hanna. Counties Manukau under 18 rep in 2021, while at Wesley. Noah Torrance crib. Tapped by Kemp. For Beattie, for Christie. Got it out again. Here's Punahihi with headgear. Gisborne Boys over the advantage line. A tough pass lost forward by Gisborne Boys. First handling error. That's Sturm there coming forward. Hamilton good pressure in defence. You talk about a positive team culture, both of these teams. One of the things I've always enjoyed about Hamilton Boys, they're a team whose success on the field spurs them on, but they take much more good play from their own team rather than being tough on the opposition so much. Mac Russ feeds the scrum. Barat Kokohu. Okay, in the midfield they're making a beautiful break was Hiraka. Waitai Hainga. And Hamilton Boys have struck a blow. And they've got it back to 8-7. So now they're up by a point again. Tell me, Raheel, what happened? Was it the end of the world?
Oh gosh, I'm just so excited that Gisborne Boys High School were leading the scorecard. I just ran back from the scorecard, and people were taking photos of it because it's a big thing to beat the world champs. And 7-3, it was 7-3. Now obviously it's 8-3, but great display by Gisborne Boys High School.
Certainly was. Once upon a time, I can remember hearing that one thought does not a summer make. 8-7. Man, did they bounce back quickly, Hamilton. And without fuss, without screaming or chest bumping or anything else. 8-7. 1 point game. Nice and tight, Ben Holt. He's one of those referees, Ben Holt, that can fly under the radar. He does a decent job. That's it. That's all the teams need. There have been some colourful ones. So at 8-7. Hamilton boys for 11-7. Okay, make that one, Wyndham. It's still 8-7, a 1 point game. Young man's a very good goal kicker. Both these teams would enjoy the breather there, here. They were doing a lot of running.
Yeah, I was getting tired for them. A bit of a breeze here. No reira he ua mō ngā kai kiki i te poro. It is difficult conditions to kick, and it's a little bit of a breeze, but you don't know when it's going to come until it comes. And I think we did have a little bit of a breeze when he did kick that conversion.
12 degrees and a southwester. Gisborne, their restart, I think, was taken by McEwen again, travelling around about 13 metres. Other Super 8 games on today. Palmerston North hosting Rotorua, Hastings hosting Tauranga, Napier hosting New Plymouth. That's what's happening around the Super 8. Super 8 competition, one that we know and love. Wyndham there, going to take a high bounce. Gisborne boys have it. Will they counter-attack? Putting boot to ball with better effect, kicking for space. Trying to lure Hamilton outside the 22. They have runners, good strong hand, good palm. Good palm there from Wyndham Patuawa. Great exponent of touchy maybe, but also has a palm. Gets a little bump, has had a word there to referee Holt. And Liam Beattie having a word there in the ear of Wyndham Patuawa. And it is with great reluctance that the young man goes back an additional 10 metres. Got to say, though, at this point, both of these teams, Gisborne Boys and Hamilton, they are exemplary ambassadors for their schools. A lot of people watch you when you wear a First 15 rugby jersey. You know, they have high expectations on and off the field, and these teams meet that. Certainly, Hamilton flying the flag at international level for New Zealand on a number of occasions in the last decade. It's some cross to some burden to carry. Noah Torrance-Cribb, who scored a couple of tries on debut. Anyone else remember that? He was fantastic on debut. Don't think you can quite believe it when that happens for you as a player. Noah Torrance-Cribb will throw the ball into play. Then, oh, Joe, keep the ball. Well, there the ball. And Joe Kemp. The external occipital protuberance area. That little bump at the top of your head. Got him right there. Right here, that would have hurt.
Oh, that happened to me at netball this morning, but just imagine a rugby ball coming to you at such a pace. But he laughed it off, you know. But you are right. Ia koe kōrero ana mō ngā kai tākaro nei. When you are a first 15 player, you're more than just a rugby player. You're an ambassador for your school. You're an ambassador for your city. And I know these boys do. They do represent their school and their towns at a high level. Yeah, it's more than pride. You've got to be very proud to be a First 15 player, and it's always been like that since I was at school. Well, I can remember anyway.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, obviously I can't speak from experience, but in terms of the people that these guys have got to thank too, get to see their rugby right around the country, Caltex, Baileys, Whakaata Māori. You know, a lot of people are in behind them, want them to go all the way. And for some that can mean club rugby, for others it might mean the black jersey, who knows? These guys, they all aspire to that sort of thing. Mac Russ, halfback, who with Liam Anderson, co-captain of the second 15 here in 2021. These guys, you see them, many of the same faces year after year. English-born Jack Miller's a new one to us, open side flanker. For Hamilton boys, for Gisborne boys, guys that have come in and, well, even guys we're waiting to see come in. People like Mark Blackman, he'll debut today. Gisborne boys with the ball and have possession. Looking left, able to go right. It's become a scrap there. Hamilton throwing big bodies at it. They have the ball. Pressure there on Wyndham. This is an odd breeze. Beautifully judged there by Wyndham Patuawa. Lovely touch. A class player. The thrill of being out there and playing Super 8 rugby, at this level, the excitement. Les Thomas, the all-knowing Les, having a word there. He doesn't want to confuse referee Holt. Holt knows he did know which way he was going. And now he seems to be querying it. Okay. Gisborne with a throw. Fantastic win by Sturm against the throw. The big number 8. That's Kotuku. Powerful charge from him. Gisborne boys are competing hard at the breakdown. Advantage Hamilton. 8-7 Hamilton. 1 point lead. Well, Jimmy Moore up there against Mac Russ. Braith Ingram comes forward. Jimmy Moore comes forward. The two flankers asking, what did I do? Well, it's a card. Okay, Jimmy Moore given a card there by referee Holt. I knew that he wanted a word. He knocked the ball out of the... Well, you know, from what I remember, is this correct? He blew the whistle, and then after that, I think Jimmy might have tapped the ball out of an opposition player's hands. That is something that I have seen many times before. Just goes to show the eagle eye of referee Holt. He doesn't miss much. Call that is correct. Quite a strong one. 8-7, 1 point game. Tell you what, if you can hang with these guys by 1 point, even at this stage, you're doing well.
You're so right about that. That's why I'm so proud of our Gisborne Boys players. An unfortunate sin bin there, so for 10 minutes, Gisborne Boys will play with 14 players. He's quite aggressive too with his cards. He knew straight away he wanted to send the player off. Unfortunate too because, you know, kua tino pai, kua koke a turangatane ki ngā taumata. So it's very saddening to see one of their players go off.
Well, as Henry once said, the fewer men, the greater share of honour. Gisborne down to 14 at the moment. Down to 14 men against Hamilton. I must admit, of all the teams you wouldn't want to have 14 men against, Hamilton would be one of them. Rotorua probably a very close second. Throw to come from McCarthy. McCarthy has hit the mark. You know, hours of practice, the craftsmanship, the work. Very good. Very good by McEwen. Here's Kotuku again. That's a very good tackle. Oh, wow. Gisborne Boys there with a magnificent tackle. Punahihi. And then Kotuku. Put back by Punahihi. Marvellous tackle. Well, the boys didn't know it was coming, so they put boot the ball anyway. I don't think they... What is it that the kids say? I don't think they knew what was up. Is that how you say it, what was up? I don't think I've quite got the accent for it, but certainly. What about Punahihi with that driving tackle? Puna's very powerful, right? Yep.
He is, just like his older brother Carlos, just like his dad Dwayne, who is our head coach. He's also playing his 40th game today. Nō reira, pikirangi ana ia. Kia toa ia rātou tēnei tukinga. He's wanted to, you know, possibly win this game against the world champs. They're doing a really good job, though. Very good job.
Well, the lower the score, the closer the scores, the longer you stay in it, the better your chances. If it you know, it's hard to run with a team 40 to 50, but you can run with a team 8-7. That's what Gisborne Boys are trying to do. They're trying to tackle. Hamilton have had the better in terms of field position, have better field position and possession of the ball as well. Their line-out's very strong. Got at least one against the Gisborne throw. Big scrum from Hamilton, as expected. This is Puna, who will run hard and straight. Was hit a little high. No suggestion of foul play, but was hit reasonably high, and I think Russ might have lost that ball forward. Good call there from referee Holt. What I like there is the fact that he allowed play to develop. No advantage was coming, and so there he pulls it up. Gisborne Boys have known some success this season. Some wonderful success. Started the first game against the Napier boys at halfback, Cody Christie. But the Hamilton scrum is a powerful one, and it will ask a question. And this is that question. Okay, big push there. Here is Cody with a flat pass to Punehi. Other guys would shrink from such a pass, but he loves it. Okay, and Gisborne Boys lose the ball forward. At an inopportune moment, ball came out and into the hands of Ollie Gurin. So Gisborne down to 14 men at the moment. Jimmy Moore. I feel for Jimmy, but at the same time, over the years, we've seen players kick the ball away after the referee's blown the whistle and all sorts. And this is the first guy I've seen, referee Holt, that said, no, well, no, when I blow the whistle, the ball is dead. You put it down or you hand it over. Don't run away with it. Don't hide it. Don't make a play for it. Okay, Mac Russ. Got the ball from Kohu. Loose ball situation, and Gisborne are really busting a leg, and the chase is on. The chase is good. Really is a good chase. Gisborne Boys, they're on their feet here. Will a penalty be awarded to Gisborne Boys? They got there pretty quickly. No, it's now advantage Hamilton. Now put down hard. Hamilton still have the ball, under advantage. Patuawa now coming to the blind side. They have an overlap here. Here comes Joe Kemp to make a tackle. Joe Kemp comes up with a grab on Dupre Marshall. Good effort by Joe Kemp. That's Noah Torrance-Cribb there with a powerful tackle. Oh, made a big tackle there, Noah. One of the biggest tackles I've seen him make. In that jersey, that black and red jersey. He's grown a foot. Patuawa there with another chip kick. Under advantage. Well, he must have played advantage on a second occasion. Les Thomas comes in. Les Thomas off the sideline, where angels fear to tread. Les Thomas has got something important to say. Well, I wonder what that is. It was Dupre Marshall wearing 11. I do remember a game many years ago where Gisborne lost a player that was actually the victim of a high shot. I think that was back in, what was that, 2007? Might have been James Kisley. That's the number 8 forward who's been called up, Luke Bidois. Bidois is a lion-hearted player. Of course, you have to play under control. Liam Sturm there, Bidois there, Braith Ingram there. They know that they have a referee here that wants to play it straight. At the moment, 8-7. From a Gisborne standpoint, an admirable scoreline. Hamilton Boys, Patuawa again finds touch. This guy is a good player, this Wyndham Patuawa, right?
Yeah, he is. All of these players are. As we near half-time in this match between Gisborne Boys High School and Hamilton Boys High School, 7-8 is the current score. I was trying to listen to what the referee was saying. Ia rātou e hui ana ki reira me ngā tāngata toko whā. Hui anō, I wasn't able to hear them because, you know, a loud voice to my right. But we'll soon find out. That was a good play there by Gisborne Boys.
Well, you know, he's a lawman today, Ben Holt. Now, we have 3 teams, for those who are interested, who have won 4 or 5 games in the Super 8. A little bit of a log jam at the top there with Hamilton, with Napier, with Tauranga. Strange situation. Hamilton were down to play Napier. A while ago on June 24th, the game was postponed. Came back and Napier beat Hamilton for the first time in 11 years. 17-15 for the new Del White Tonga. So that was Hamilton's only loss. And obviously a very good game of rugby. I think Hamilton would enjoy this kind of rugby more. A close game. Franco Ludwig gets a start there at tight end prop with Malosi, Lua Falialo. Noah Torrance-Cribb. I think that Noah has come on, has raised his game significantly. Scrum. Now referee Holt pays attention. It's a big push from Hamilton. Through the legs there of Liam Beattie. Away to Cody Christie. That short kick is getting a real workout here at the Rectory today. And Gisborne Boys are chasing through on the kick. Kick is only as good as the chase that follows it. Another penalty here to Hamilton Boys. You can hear the boo birds on the far side. But I like the fact that these teams are chasing and following through on those kicks that are here. No point attacking kick, no chase.
Gosh, just goes to show their fitness levels. I'm just getting tired just watching, but we have to note as well, Kaiao Kere Tangira, he was the one that kicked the ball and then chased it for a good 30 metres. And all these players are chasing the ball as well. So, oh gosh, I wouldn't want to play at this level of rugby, despite it being, kei ngā kura tuarua, e kite ana, e rongo hoki ana I te nakawhiti o ngā kaitākaro I konei. So, yeah, fitness levels. I mean, you have to be fit, right, to play a first 15 rugby?
I tell you what, it's, times have changed, but you had to be fit back in the good old days. You've got to be even fitter now. That was a good catch from McEwen. Malosi Luafalialo, from what I can glean, what I can gather, has started all Super 8 games for Gisborne Boys in number 1. And if so, I think he's done extremely well. A lot of these guys have played really well. Jimmy Moore got a try against Hastings. Closest Super 8 game they've had, a loss 19-26. You look through the list. Gibson Boy, the intercept try against Palmerston North here. They have played their hearts out. Their hearts are in the trim. Mac Russ. Gonna keep an eye on Liam Beattie. Okay, big push. Here come Hamilton Boys on the charge, and that was the fullback there, and well taken. Tapped on the legs there of Lonjovic. Nice play by Moitana. He's had a solid game as well. Good pass there by the big guy. See the pass there from Thunderhay? Nicely done. So Hamilton there might have actually thrown. I personally thought the pass went forward. Knocked on for sure, but I thought the pass was actually a forward pass. 8-7. Pinch yourself. Gisborne played Hamilton last year. It was 59-0. I think that was the game during which Dylan Bronland actually went mountain climbing or body surfing or whatever, crowd surfing. You know, when you're on one side of the rolling mall and you try to get over the top. Trying to copy what Amos Roddick did a year or so before. Gisborne Boys, scrum being put under pressure. I think this is fantastic. Have a look at the power here. Imagine the pressure, and it really is a lot of pressure. Hamilton Boys at the scrum, proving hard to stop. So Zahidaka, Waitai Hainga. Penalty here, it's been all Hamilton as far as the whistle goes in the last little while. Referee Holt has his reasons. You can never forget, I mean, these are local officials. They've got to live here. So obviously, if they're making that call, not without cause. Hamilton Boys look supremely dangerous here, but Gisborne are not conceding more ground than they have to. They're chasing through. They're tackling hard. I can't remember too many missed tackles. They are competitive.
Yeah, you're right. E tika ana, kamatu, te kaima whanoi honga kai tākoro kai te pātiki mō Turangatani. We have to remember as well, Gisborne Boys High School are playing with 14 players. You would expect Hamilton Boys to score at least twice while they have one player down, but Gisborne Boys High School are playing really good rugby. So are Hamilton Boys, and all the calls are going their way, but they haven't crossed the try line yet since that yellow card as Gisborne Boys collect this ball.
Okay, that was that Bidwar at the back there. One thing Gisborne... Oh, there's Braith Ingram making a break. What a charge! What a run by the captain! That is a good run by Braith Ingram. Ingram needs support. He needed support. He's crying out for support. Gisborne now pushing on the left here. Score 8-7. Hamilton leads. Gisborne Boys want the ball back. Here's Ingram again. Gisborne there, kick again. Kicking for space. It's a big chase coming from Gibson Boy. Gibson Boy chases. Hamilton there. Heroics from Lonjovic. Rangiwai Lonjovic.
I think he might have whacked it out on purpose, though. Yeah, I think so too.
Pretty close now.
Gosh, that Lonjovic, gosh, he was fast, but so were the right wing for Gisborne Boys High School. Kahurangi Leach Waihi did a really good job to put pressure there. Gosh, this is exciting rugby. I have no idea how long we have left in this first half. Engari, hei kakana ngā tangata I konei kamitu e rongowana I ngā kai tautoko, kua hara mai ki te tautoko I a Tauranga tāne. We finally heard the voices of our supporters here for their local team as we near half-time.
Well, at the moment, 8-7. This is as close as Gisborne has been to any Super 8 opposition on the cusp of half-time. And now, Gisborne are awarded a penalty. I saw everybody chasing back for Hamilton. Saw a save by Lunjovic. Gisborne Boys going to tap and rumble. That looked to me like Bidwa, the number 8. At the back is Ludwig. Gisborne Boys pushing left. Numbers left, can only really go left. So Hamilton know what Gisborne can do. Punahihi close to the line. Court held up there. Tried to stay on his feet. Gisborne Boys push again. They're very close. Gisborne Boys are frightfully close and are penalised here by referee Holt at 8-7. Hamilton Boys had to hang tough there because Gisborne right on the line, pressed on 4 occasions. They will tap, they will find touch. Wyndham Patuawa finds touch. The world champions lead Gisborne at the moment by 8 points to 7. 2 tries in the game, 2 wonderful tries, but in this challenge for Gisborne, challenging for the Vesti Thomas Cup and the Moaska Cup.
Being a rural school, travel is always a huge cost when playing sport at Central Hawke's Bay College. With the funding from Apollo projects, we've been able to lower travel costs to allow more students to participate in secondary school competitions. Where families have more than one child participating in sport and participating in more than one sport, the financial impact can be huge. Thank you to Apollo projects for the huge difference you have made to our students' participation levels in sport.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.
Okay, guys, twice to sell. Got past the sell. Ladies and gentlemen,
This isn't about what we wore back in the day.
we're going to go now. Going once, going twice. No more offers. Sold!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
Since 2022, New Zealand Carbon Farming has been a partner in our School Sports Series, which is a collection of national sporting events that are held throughout New Zealand. They've also committed significant funding to help local schools and the communities that they're a part of so they can achieve more with their sport programs.
Having this funding, being able to use it specifically targeting sport and to promote sport in schools is hugely beneficial.
As a small rural school, obviously travel is an issue for us. We compete often in the Waikato.
We're a community who's driven by sport, but often money and the cost of travel and cost of accommodation and uniform can be a barrier for some of our students.
Our students are in an area where money is tight and opportunities for them is minimal. So creating more opportunities at school for our students to participate in sport is what we're wanting to do.
So to be able to have the support of New Zealand Carbon Farming has been fantastic this year.
We are very grateful for the funding. It's going to help a lot of our students here at Te Kuiti High School, especially one of our students, Callum Headley. He has made the New Zealand Kia Orahi team.
I'd just like to thank New Zealand Carbon Farming for their support of the college. Without the support, we wouldn't be able to offer everything we do to the students.
Huge thank you to New Zealand Carbon Farming. Certainly the opportunities and the sponsorship that's been provided is pretty crucial for our school.
Big thanks to New Zealand Carbon Farming for everything they've done for us. Without them, then we wouldn't look like this.
No time to fluff around today? No worries. Just swing into Caltex and pay for fuel with Pay and App to speed on through. Oh yeah, feels good. Use it at your local participating Caltex.
We bring you the Super 8, and we say without reservation that the Super 8 is as demanding a competition as any other in the country. The travel distances, the quality of the opposition, the different styles of play, because you have to come to terms with all of that. Rotorua play a little differently to Hamilton. Hamilton play differently to New Plymouth. When you play New Plymouth, whether you're travelling there or they're coming here, either way, it's tough on somebody in terms of a trip. But they're fantastic hosts and people, of course, New Plymouth, so you don't mind it so much. Rahia, what would you be saying to these guys? What would come out? Big technical stuff, or just do this?
You know, I was trying to read Dwayne Hea's lips when he was talking to his backs just before. Now he's with the whole team. I would tell them just to keep playing the way they are. There's only 1 point in between this game. Ko tahi noiho, te piro, te kaute, I wainganui I ēnei kapa e rua. They are doing marvellous at the moment. I wouldn't want to change anything. I mean, they are just 1 point. 1 point behind the world champs. Whereas Hamilton Boys High School, if I just watching how they are, they've huddled quite closely, and they have two coaches. One is obviously with the backs just in front of us, and then there's a few people with their forwards. So kaore kore he kupu āwhina kua tohaina ki tērā kapa.
And if I can say this too, and I'm going to say it unashamedly, you're a godsend. The truth is, we love our Super 8 rugby, also trying to promote the language here on Māori TV. If it wasn't for you, I mean, I'm shameful. But thank you very much.
It's okay. I feel my English is a little bit fresh sometimes, so aroha mai. It is difficult to translate off the cuff, but I'm trying my hardest.
Oh, look. You're doing very well. Ben Holt in the middle. Ben Holt, man who's been straight down the middle. Tell you what, he has been vigilant too. Line outs from both teams. Throw hasn't been straight. He's banged them up, and that's what you do. Although it's not easy on a day like today. Gisborne Boys at 8-7. They have a chance. You know what their chances of victory are? 50-50. Exactly as when they started this game. And right now, 8-7. Hamilton in front, but you wouldn't say on top. They actually had the better of field position and greater possession. Gisborne Boys just tackled it, simple as that. The scrum from Hamilton is almost overwhelmingly strong. That's pretty obvious, but if that's going to be the case, you've just got to keep on tackling and tackling and tackling, which is what these guys have done. You've got to start well here, though. You can't afford to go to sleep all of a sudden, concede 10 to 15 points in the first 5 minutes, or 20 points, which is very easy to do when you're playing a team such as Hamilton. Again, you notice from the coaches, Dwayne Hehe, Nigel Hotham, the two head coaches, they're not screamers. They don't yell at people or pull faces. So at halfway, Wyndham Patuawa.
Here we go,
classy
boys,
player.
Go, Big Daddy.
Left to right, Hamilton in the maroon. Gisborne Boys in the black and red uniform from left to right. Patuawa, everybody well behind halfway. It was long. Okay, and Gisborne Boys have a punter. He has it. Was hit there in a tremendous tackle. Who was that got him? Okay, McEwen made the tackle there. What a tackle. Malosi Luamapialo with a good run, the loose head prop. Great carry by Malosi. That was Kemp getting a pass up. Hamilton now have it off a turnover. Got a turnover there, Hamilton. They can make you pay every mistake, although the tackling is good. Making their tackles. Miller wanted the ball. Gisborne Boys' strongest defensive effort of the year to date. Hamilton Boys held to an 8-7 lead at halftime. Here on Māori television, Ben O'Brien, Leaf and Rahia Tumutumu. We live it, we love it. Wyndham getting a pass away, McEwen. McEwen has had a big game. He's had a very good game. Gisborne Boys have the ball though. Okay, that was Cody Christie. Now Gisborne Boys have it to turn around and counter-attack. Almost waiting for the tackler. That Mac Russ. Waited for him. Now back to Dare. Cody. Runs a line. Just outside the 22, was he? Well, Gisborne Boys there are here heroic in defence.
Yeah, it was passed back into the 22, and despite, we know that if you do kick from the 22, the ball, wherever the ball lands, that's where the line out is. But unfortunately, he was past the ball from outside of the 22. So you're probably thinking, what are you up to, ref? But it was good eyes by not only the touchy, but the referee.
Well, it just goes to show those people that were booing before. Referee holds very good. Inga Kokohu trying to get away from Malosi Luafalialo. You can run, but you can't hide forever. Okay, it's McEwen again, is it? No, McEwen's come now. Push Gisborne Boys off the ball. Making some low tackles here, trying to hold Hamilton. Can they hold them a little longer? McEwen has the ball. He came very close there, McEwen. His body drive, tremendous. Incredible pressure here from Hamilton. This pressure cooker atmosphere. Gisborne Boys hanging on. And Hamilton have scored. So an excellent try there. Hamilton Boys High School with only the third try of the match. And now their lead, 13-7. Tell you what, they weren't going to take no for an answer, are you?
Yeah, and they're hungry. They're hungry for this one. They want to show just the reason why Kurato Ngātua Aotearoa, just why they're the world champs. I'm sure who scored that try. I do see a player that's been congratulated by many, so I'm just going to wait until he turns around to see his number. But yeah, first few minutes of the second half, we were expecting Hamilton Boys High School to start strong, and they did.
Well, at the moment, 13-7. Here on Māori television, our coverage of the Super 8, 13-7, Gisborne Boys, passionate in defence of the Rectory ground, as all of their teams have been since 1910. School founded 1909 for sure, but the first year of First 15 Rugby, 1910. Here's Patuawa in 2023, taking the shot and makes the shot. So a very good kick there, 15 points to 7, 15-7. You have to start well. You have to start well. Gisborne Boys want to hit back next. Malosi Luafalialo, good carry earlier on. Strong youngster, not seen so often with the ball in hand. Okay, and the ball. Okay, oh no, he stepped on the sideline. So, what's the ruling going to be here? Well, he seemed to be jumping up and down. Hona Delamere, Punahihi, a little disappointed with the call. They go back to halfway.
Fuck me. Let's go, Black.
Hamilton option.
Let's go, Levi.
Scrum at halfway. They have made some changes. Jake Raybarts is on. New Zealand under-16 Rugby League representative. Scored a great try against Palmerston North. A couple of years ago, Stefan Newman. To see him in 18, Alex Arnold maybe. See him against Napier Boys. Or rather, saw what he could do against Napier Boys with a try for 12-12. Ball is in. Gisborne now against Hamilton, trying to put a bit of scrum pressure on Hamilton. Hamilton there losing the ball forward. They want to play, you want to play the game at pace, but sometimes you just got to gather yourself. I'm not even sure whether or not referee Ben Holt made a mark yet. Hamilton, though, trying to play the game quick.
Yeah, quick is right. I mean, he saw a clearing in front of him. There weren't that many Gisborne Boys High School players in front of him. No reira e koke ia I te rārangi me te pirangi kia whakawhiti i te rārangi piro. I think if we had the ball, we would have tapped it and tried our luck as well. Unfortunately, he tapped it and just lost the grip of the ball.
I think referee Ben Holt was of a mind to let play continue if he had lost it. He didn't blow his whistle, I don't think, or anything. Okay, penalty here, Hamilton Boys. Their scrum. is the big difference between the teams at this stage. Their scrum is very powerful. So often we say it's an even contest, but at the moment, you know, you've got to be honest and say that Hamilton are scrummaging magnificently. And that comes down to a few different things. Technique is one, timing is another. You know, physical strength. A lot goes into it. These guys spend thousands of hours studying the game, training to perfect skills. They're big enough to, you know, to be told, no, that's not what we want. That's not where we need it to be. And they take it in and they do it. There are a lot of young people these days that don't like taking those lessons in. But these guys do. And Gisborne Boys now going to have to hold Hamilton out again. Remember, converted try after half-time. Or rather, 13 points to... did I get 13 or 15? I'm pretty sure I got 15 with a conversion. 15-7, yes it was. Gisborne Boys have the ball, so 15-7. 8 points in it. Gisborne Boys' backs, last couple of games have looked dangerous. Super 8 games, I mean. They played against St Peter's last Friday, I think it was, and they had a tough one there, but they need to get out of here. Need to play the game at the other end. The other end of the ground, they find they have options, and they have the ability to score. Penalty now, Hamilton. Referee Holt with a shrill whistle. Gisborne Boys go back. Of course, they don't have to go back any further than the goal line. Braith Ingram comes forward. He has a query as captain. That is his right. Certainly, she's done 15 points to 7, 8-point game. Referee Ben Holt has explained himself as much as he's inclined to. Here on Māori television, we have shown you this season some great young people, some great teams. We don't want to build them up to be superheroes so that they come crashing down, but I don't mind telling you, some of them, they brought spectators and onlookers a lot of joy. Upholding the colours and good values too. Okay, here's Kokohu going open side towards the posts. Moment the score is 15-7. It's an 8-point game. McEwen has it. He has been a central figure in this game today, McEwen, number 4. He has played really well. And Gisborne there making a couple of tackles. They're penalised here by referee Holt. One of their players again fell down. One of the Hamilton lads fell down. I think it was Russ. Okay, Gisborne Boys back on their own goal line. They're going to call for a scrum here. Big guy in 19, Alex Arnold's on the field. Alex Arnold, a powerful guy. He was the guy that scored the try for 12-12. I think the Gisborne team wants to take this as a compliment, because Wyndham Patuawa about to take the shot at goal. There's no doubt the Gisborne team should take this as a compliment, because Hamilton see points available, they're going to take them. They lead at the moment 15-7. This would put them up 18-7. Now here, Gisborne just going through that gut check time of the game, you know what I mean? That, you know, what are you made of time of the game?
Yeah, and you know, they could have chosen a scrum. Hamilton Boys High School obviously getting that penalty. They could have chosen a scrum, but you're right. It would boost Gisborne Boys High School's confidence, knowing that they didn't choose to go for a scrum and they chose the 3 points, knowing that they were right in front of the 6. The score at the moment 18-7, so 11-point ball game. Very different to the 1-point ball game we saw at half time. And it just shows the professionalism of Hamilton Boys High School and the reason that they are the world champs, because they have played under pressure so many times. But Boys High School, they're still, you know, giving everything they have.
Well, you know, the truth of it, explain that for a non-rugby people. Okay, Arnold there knocks on. Well, went backwards, did it? Well, that went backwards, according to referee Holt. Gisborne Boys want to drive over the top. They look pretty well organised here. They get a penalty here from referee Holt. They would be well advised now to be honest, to take the shot. Sometimes the goal kickers don't want it because it is pressure, but other times you've got to take the points on offer. For those people who are not big rugby people, to explain that, the fact that Hamilton Boys, powerful team that they are, opted to take the shot at goal, they kicked the shot at goal, made the shot. For those people who don't understand the significance of it, a powerful team which arrogantly assumes they can just trample over the opposition will simply tap and run or set a scrum. They're saying there that we've got points on offer right now, we're going to take them. So that hopefully that clears that up just for some who maybe don't follow the game so closely. But here on Māori television, I can tell you that everybody's a part of the broadcast here. Crowd has started to thicken up. Okay, loose ball situation. Again, Hamilton Boys coming back with it at a line out. They were quick to recover. It was messy there for a moment. Gisborne Boys unable to secure their own line out ball. They're having to live on scraps really, as Hamilton now spread from their own posts, throwing long passes. And, you know, to be honest, okay, Gisborne Boys penalised there for what was that offside play? Hamilton very adventurous there, looking to spread the ball from their own in goal. And sometimes, you know, discretion can be the better part of valour. Nothing wrong with putting boot to ball and pushing the opposition down the ground. Hey, we've already seen the kick employed as an attacking, you know, as an attacking weapon. You know, you'd be inclined to put boot to ball a long way down the ground. Oh, man. We've been trying for years. I have my mouth open too, to be honest. Catching flies at the moment. 18-7. 11 points in it. Rahia, my heart was in my mouth.
I ducked and I tried to go behind our cameraman. I mean, I know that these boys try to aim for you, but Hamilton Boys finally did the do. That went to Boys High. Sorry, Turangatani, I just missed that. We're too busy containing ourselves after the ball flew up here to our little podium that we have here, about 2 stories high. So we have a good view for you guys watching at home for Whakaata Māori. Ko Rahia Timitimi Tōku Ingoa, joined by Ben O'Brien.
The best seat in the house on a dry day. Tell you what, they're lucky that ball didn't pop, because up here this morning we got a couple of boxes of gifts. We got apples, we've got a pineapple. Ball at the pineapple, it would have popped. Big guy, Marco Blackman. Man, the way he came out there was like, you know, Andre coming to the Pontiac Silverdome. It was a long time ago. Well, he is debut today. All those guys have given great service, you know. Puna with 40 caps today, 30 caps for Braith, 32 for Ruben Faitiri. 10 guys finish up today, so I'm told, Gisborne side of the ledger. Hamilton, of course, what a team. I mean, they had 19 players back from last year. Ruben. Okay. Kyle. Good step up. Strong step up. Takes the ball back into the opposition. Number 8, Ruben. Oh, good effort there. Good, powerful stuff. Gisborne's front row forwards. Good, strong stuff. Malosi, Luafalialo, penalty now, Hamilton. Penalty count, and it is a weighty ledger at the moment against Gisborne. Hamilton Boys lead 18-7. Gisborne Boys have a couple of games left. They've got Tauranga Boys College at Tauranga at Nicholson Field, and of course New Plymouth at the Gully. They'll play that game on the weekend of the Super 8 final. Originally, competition didn't have a final as such. Hamilton have dominated competition since its inception. No argument about that. Throw to come. Gisborne trail by 11. Okay, that throw, man, that was a strange throw. No way was it straight. Jimmy Moore. Jimmy Moore's been well behaved since he got back out on the field. Given this team everything. Memory at half-time, I'm pretty sure I'm correct, it was 8-7. 1 point game. That is not what a lot of people would have said publicly or privately. But this team has dug deep and they have shown improvement and growth in all areas. 18-7, Gisborne get another try. They're back in it. Hamilton would want one to seal the game. Liam, that ball came out a little slower than it needed to. Nice hands actually by Kyle. Kere now. Ponehi! Turned back around, spun around against Ollie Gurin. Penalty there, Gisborne. The clock's winding up. Referee Holt. Whoa, where is this mark? This mark is a long way. Okay, there is the mark. Referee Holt. Look at that Marco Blackman, man. I've got to see him run with the ball. He'll be destructive, surely. Luke Bidwar is a big guy, but next to Marco, he looks almost small. They don't find touch. Mind you, might be a blessing in disguise for Gisborne. They have the ball and the ability to run it, and here they come. Gisborne backs with room to move. I think Lunjovic has played really well for Hamilton Boys too, the fullback. I think he's been gutsy in defence. Okay, Gisborne Boys, Kyle. Ball there to, I think it was Bidwar. Bidwar to ground, Gisborne Boys. Frog another metre or two. Gisborne, here's the big guy, Michael Blackman. Out the ball there. Made some yards and got the crowd going. So Blackman imposing himself. His first touch for the first 15 was an imposing touch of the ball. Marco Blackman, second generation, first 15 player. Wow. If you're a tackler or defender, the stuff nightmares are made of. So Gisborne fine touch. Rahia, he brings some physical presence.
Man, he made our podium to our right just get up and be in awe. He is probably the biggest boy we have on this field. I would love to know how old he is, and I'd love to know how long he has in Gisborne Boys High School. He's definitely a key player for them. He's come on from the bench wearing number 23 as Gisborne Boys High School near the try line.
Gisborne Boys, Michael Blackman, as in Kepper Blackman and Paddy Blackman in that crowd. Here they come, Braith Ingram has it. Braith Ingram, good charge. Okay, Gisborne Boys want the ball. They're going to push left. Now they can push left. Michael Blackman has it. Okay, Hamilton Boys close to offside there. Being watched by referee Holt. Wonder what he's going to do here, referee Holt. He's got to take action. No, scrum Hamilton. You know, Michael Blackman, a big guy, but of course, talk about big guys, always going to be measured against Jared Broughton, the biggest of the big. And next to him, everybody else is an ant. Certainly, Gisborne Boys need that big, powerful forward, such as what he certainly was, and you know, a match winner, tackler, crusher. Mac Russ has come here, I think, and he's played really well. Passed the ball well. He's been scrappy, and that's what he should have done, and that's what he's done. Hasn't given Gisborne an easy ride, hasn't given Liam an easy ride. (18-7). No shame in that scoreline from a Gisborne point of view. Hamilton Boys, a class outfit. Deserve every accolade and every trophy that comes their way. They hold the Moeska Cup for good reason. Gisborne's had 2 cracks at the Moeska Cup this season, I think. You can remember them having a crack last year. Okay, and some strong tackling having to be made on Hamilton, who carry the ball very well, although Gisborne have it now. Hamilton have turned it over. Gisborne have it, pushing right side. Here's Timuaki Stewart. Timuaki Stewart, who can get through a gap, very strong on his feet. Here's Joe Kemp now, the 6'6" lock forward. Gisborne Boys got to get quick ball out. Gisborne, well, they cross kick. They cross kick. Gisborne cross kick. They scored. Well, that's a try, is it not? Referee Holt there, bringing him back. Offside there. Referee Holt cast his villain. I'm really, the crowd here, you can have a hero, a villain, and an anti-hero. And I think, he's made a lot of very good calls, Ben Holt. I enjoy him. He's a good mate. And as a matter of fact, it's not an easy job to do. Okay, Captain Ram Timoaki Stewart. They've got Hamilton here. It's Punahihi. Puna within around about 5 metres of the line. Gisborne smell blood. There's blood in the water. Marco Blackman. Wow, they hit him hard. Big man, they came from everywhere. Gisborne Boys now looking to be patient, looking to build something up. There's a short ball. Was that Malosi Luafalialo? Touched the ball as often today in general players. I think I've seen him this season. Now they're going to grind here. Can they get to ground? They've got to ground. That's a ruck. Gisborne Boys being bunted back here. Okay, Gisborne Boys have it now. They have the ball, but they've got numbers on the right, no one on the left-hand side. Didn't Braith Ingram score a try from here? Last home game, he went straight up the middle. Joe Kemp hits the ground. Might have hit his head too. Noah Torrance Cribb on the right. Punahihi, Braith Ingram. Ingram straightens up. Taking it to him, Ingram. Just inside the 22. Right hand side, Gisborne go left. Gisborne coming left. Gisborne Boys again, numbers lining up again. Gisborne Boys battering away at Hamilton. Really having a big crack here at the World Champs. Up at the moment, 18-7 Hamilton. Once again, that little kick. Long time between whistles. I've always wondered how much of a card is certainty. How much is guesswork? No matter what, I don't think it should take this long.
Yep, it's turning the momentum of Gisborne Boys. There's a bit of excitement in the air for Gisborne Boys.
Braith Ingram really launched himself at Hamilton there. Okay, Gisborne Boys backs trying to step through, make a little bit of progress, if the hammer doesn't work, maybe some subtlety. Here's Marco. No, it's not Marco, actually. Here's pass over there. Well, you know what? They did well to save that ball in the field of play. Gisborne being pushed back almost to the edge of the 22. Going to continue to send big runners, likes of Bidwa, likes of Faitari, likes of Blackman, if they can get him the ball. Well, whistle there from referee Holt. That was a whistle of significant displeasure, and it is a yellow card. Well, that was the big guy. Looks like, I'm sorry if this isn't the right player, but may have been Alex Arnold. The big guy was 19. Certainly apologise if it wasn't Alex, but guys are front on. It's never been the way with rugby jerseys that they carry a number on the front as well as the back.
That would help us. That would help us tremendously. But now is the time for Gisborne Boys High School to capitalise on this. Everyone is on the edge of their seats, me included, because, some of these boys in Gisborne Boys High School, they are sons of some people that I went to school with. These are some of the boys of our community, very, well-behaved young men. And you kind of want them to do well, but you have to be biased though. You have to be biased because you're a commentator, but it's hard. It's hard not to. Hamilton Boys High School though, very tough on defence. It's like the, Great Wall of China. They are not letting anyone go over their big wall.
No, you know that if you score a try against Hamilton Boys that you've earned it. There's no such thing as a soft try against Hamilton Boys. Don't get to where they are in the rugby world. Like that. Oh no, they've lost the ball forward, Gisborne. I can understand the frustration there. What brings that about? One, a line out and then and bringing the ball down, just simply drop the ball. As simple as that. No mystery to it, no great art to it, no argument. And at the moment, 18-7 and 11-point game. Hamilton Boys have only shown glimpses today of how devastating they can be, but they have shown a side of their rugby character which is very important. That is the ability against tough opposition or opposition that has really gotten up on a big occasion to quench the fire. They have shown the ability to keep it all together, even though they conceded a yellow card there, and I think Jimmy Moore obviously got one in the first half. Discipline overall I think has been pretty good. Noah Torrance-Cribb going to the sideline. He's turned in a good hand today. These guys know that they have, it's been a full match effort. Gisborne now would be dreaming of pushing Hamilton off their own scrum ball. It's not easy. Though they're having a, well, that push was a little early. Okay. Right here, I can't imagine too many better places to watch a game of rugby than this one.
Yeah, and you're not biased at all, Ben. You've commentated many rugby games, many finals, many semi-finals, but I love this place. It has so much history, rich in history. We've had All Blacks, play on this very field that have come from this very team, or both teams actually. So, nothing can beat first 15 rugby, in my opinion anyway. Wasn't straight, Hamilton ball. And I'd love to know how many minutes we have until the final whistle.
Yes, that would be nice. Truth is, in terms of All Blacks, Gisborne Boys have turned out All Blacks obviously in the last decade. They turned out Charlie Ngatai, they turned out Jose Gear, going back a little further, Rico. Campion College had its All Black. James Broadhurst, who, to be honest, was as powerful a second row forward, though his career was short. Anyone we've seen from here in many years, 6'8". Gisborne Boys and Hamilton. This Hamilton team, which has played exceptionally well, won a lot of gold, but even they have suffered at least one loss this season. Napier, Gisborne Boys there with a good push, and they have incredibly won a scrum penalty. And a scrum penalty against Hamilton Boys is a significant scrummaging effort. Ben Holt has watched that scrum very closely. Now, do they take the shot? The truth is, they take the shot, they make the shot, it's 18 points to 10. And 18 points to 10, from memory, was the score Hamilton beat Gisborne Boys here back in 2006. I think it was 2006. And Gisborne Boys went on the following year to win the top four. It is. So picked up a little that southwest. The Gisborne Boys at the line out. Really very good at the line. Okay. Hamilton, though, picking up on a loose ball. That Kotuku. What a surge by Hamilton Boys. A line out that Gisborne Boys might have had under control. Hamilton so powerful, their body position so strong. They run low, ball hangs up. Tauranga Ichwaihi penalty. There is no man who could argue that referee Holt has favoured Gisborne today. Nigel Hotham's team have, accepted every penalty that's gone their way or against them with good grace, as you'd expect. Once or twice players are naturally going to have a query or not understand a call. That's where the referee is educator as well as judge, jury and executioner. 18 points to 7. Of course, with the 12 o'clock start, still a lot of the day left, a lot of daylight. Enjoyed this. Dwayne Hehe, still full of chat down there in the end goal, but it's always positive stuff from Dwayne. That's good. Okay, what a great run this is from Hiraka Waitai Hainga. He's had a very good game. He's been very good all round, Hiraka. Injured player, man is down, and attention being paid to him. Went down hard, Hiraka Waitai Hainga with a very powerful run. He got a try against Gisborne in the 63rd minute of the clash last year at Hamilton. So they're a crowd that don't stop. Hamilton with, I think, 3 prefects in their ranks. McCarthy, the hooker. Lunjovic, the fullback. And Curtis Hanna on the right wing. Got his 25th cap in the World Cup final, in the Sanix final. Going to do it. That's when you want to do it. Might be on thin ice here, but I seem to remember, was it Oliver Mathis might have brought up his 50th cap in that game. Captain at the time. Selective memory. This is good stuff.
So we are 31 minutes in the second half, 18 points to Hamilton Boys High School. E whitu ngā tatau kia Gisborne Boys High School as we near the end of the match. Been a very exciting game here in Tauranga Nui a Kiwa. So wherever you are watching from here on Whakaata Māori, the YouTube channel, e rere ana ngā mihi kia koutou katoa.
Well, Gisborne Boys went down 19-26 to Hastings at Hastings. Last Super 8 outing, and now at the moment they're down 7-18. But they have really competed as well and as consistently as they could against the finest team, and not just the country, but best on the planet. 18 points to 7. Okay, ball is loose. Well, there's the kick pass. I didn't expect to see that at this stage. That's 18 points to 7. Mac Russ, lively halfback. On in 16 now, Tom Martin. Very good all-round sportsman. Come on for McCarthy. Martin starts off with an excellent throw. Hamilton Boys win the line out. Okay, well, there was nothing wrong with the throw by Martin. After that, it unfortunately went to seed. So at the 15-metre mark now, Gisborne pack a scrum. Does Gisborne have a last hurrah in them? An end-to-end try. Okay, the second 15 match. 24-0 at halftime. Hamilton led in that match and won that game 43-0. So a tough finish to the home campaign for Gisborne Boys second 15. They're going to throw it now from their own in goal. This is the spirit of rugby, spirit of adventure. And that's what you do when you've got nothing to lose. Down 7-18, down by 11 points. You're willing to... Oh, that was a huge tackle. I think that was Joe Kemp with the biggest tackle he's ever made in his life. That was an incredible tackle. Lonjovic, good pass there. Waitai Hainga. Gisborne Boys tackling to the end. Here's the captain, Sturm. Sturm there into Lua Mafialo, who devoured him. Mac Russ has got to be watched the half, and that's Marco Blackman. Big arms. Got the guns out there, Blackman. Here's McEwen. Maybe their best forward today, McEwen. Certainly a contender for the title. Hamilton again, pressing towards the posts. But Gisborne Boys' defence is dedicated defence. Well, referee Holt now reaching into the pocket here. Gisborne Boys so valiant in defence, so steadfast. Such was their sacrifice, referee Holt. Might he be swayed? Maybe the injured player can serve as a distraction. I thought he was reaching for a card. Dwayne Hehe and his team can be proud of this match effort today. 18-7 when, you know, some were predicting Lord only knows what. I had an idea that they'd front up today. They've fronted up all season, but especially today. 59-0 last year. Okay, and he came there very hard. Did Rarahui Palmer, who scored a double against Gisborne last year. There in the corner. Hamilton boys have scored as now players come together. And this is unfortunate. The game has been played in very good spirit. As people flare up, Dwayne Hehe on the field of play doing the right thing. Having a word there. Some of his people that need to be spoken to. Liam Sturm. Now the truth is that at this level, there still remains a place, and it is very important. It's a positive comment to make here on Māori television. I mean, strictly speaking, under the laws of the game, the referee's on the field, he sorts it. The touch judges, well, the touch judges are a different issue, but the coaches, mum and dad, everybody stays off the field, and they're not allowed to do anything about it. But sometimes, to be honest with you, the referee needs some help. And when you've got, you know, 30 people that are not very happy with each other, what, are you going to leave the referee out there to try and handle them by himself? I think, honestly, that is dopey. And the assistant referees come forward to have a word. Try was scored as a result of tremendous skill. Dupre Marshall, we think, over there on that far sideline. That was a chip kick. And, you know, Wyndham Patuawa is a very skillful player out here who's always capable of something like that.
Yeah, it is. And you are right. Very unfortunate to see that. The only reason why Dwayne Hehe came on the field as well is because he is about 5 meters away from what all happened there. I'm unsure what had happened. I did see one player from each team kind of have a little bit of a tussle, and I think that's when, you know, both teams just come to save their teammate. What you do, right? You do come and support your teammate, but it's just unfortunate. It's been a really good game that we've seen here at the Rectory. I believe a player is off. I don't know who it is, but yeah, not the best way you want to see a game end as we see that conversion.
Well, it was 18-7 before. Now it's 25 points to 7. And as we said, you know, that's a matter of the coaches, etc., assisting the referee and his assistant referees in restoring order. Not the bad old days or the good old days, as some choose to remember them. I mean, it was a lot of fun in those days, but they're gone. They're a thing of the past. And these days, these values that these players have to share, very important they be under control. Ruben fights it here wearing the 5. Coming to make a tackle, and what a tremendous run. This has got the pass away there too. Got a good pass away, Jake Raybarts. Can make a try, can score a try. Here's Wyndham through the hands. Here's Tauranga. Okay, good hands there. Good hands from Miller. Miller, the open side flanker. Terrier-like. Gisborne at the moment. Trailing at the moment by 18 points. Gisborne trailed by 18 points. And of course that little fracas before, also a distraction because time is in short supply. Scrum Hamilton. 25-7. Fought amazingly hard, Gisborne, but Hamilton boys with poise. They started the second half very well. And I don't know how many times today I've seen the short kick used by both teams. Generally, the short kick has been very good. It's been to space. I can't remember seeing the high kick used as a weapon. Not today. Wonderful game, rugby. So different to rugby league, which has become stereotypical with its use of the high kick towards the end of a passage of play. 25 points to 7. Gisborne Boys want a good solid scrum here. Hamilton Boys want a good solid scrum also. Golden oldies in effect at the moment. So no pushing in the scrums. Hiraka, Waitai Hainga. So Hamilton Boys, Jimmy Moore, about to be penalised here by referee Holt. Mac Russ has the ball. Where is the mark? Ben Holt gets to a spot, makes a mark. Hamilton, once again, a golden oldies scrum. Now I'm going to guess out loud here and guess that the reason for that is that specialist front row forwards have no longer feature. They've been lost to the end zone, or rather to the the naughty boys seat on the far side. 25-7. Russ finds a Patuawa. Good run there, Waitai Hainga. Hamilton Boys, good effort there by Tom Martin. Good young player. Good competitor. Stir him again. Where's Miller? Okay, Russ, short ball, and the big guy came really close there, Rarahui Palmer. Ball went forward. Okay, and that's it. 25 points to 7. The game is over. It was 8-7 at halftime to Hamilton Boys High School. 25-7 here on Māori television. Rahia Timutumu, a very good game overall. Generally, a very good, clean game.
Oh, clean and, great attackings by Hamilton Boys High School, and then also defence in their second half. We also have to note as well, Gisborne Boys High School, they had 14 players in the last, I would say, 4 minutes after that little scuffle that we saw there. Engari, ngā kapa e rua nei, me whakahihi, me poho kereru katika, e runga i te taumata tākoro kua kiti ai e tātou i te rangi nei. Both teams should be happy with their efforts. Who stood out for you, Ben?
Well, there are a number of standouts for me. I think McEwen had a very good game in the forwards for Hamilton Boys High School. Braith Ingram is always very good. I mean, you could give him that award most days. Punahihi, gutsy in defence. Kaiao, Kere Tangera, fantastic. So many players from Gisborne Boys gave it absolutely everything they had. And of course, Hamilton Boys High School have shaken hands with themselves, and now under Nigel Hotham and Greg Kirkham, both deputy and assistant principals, both deputy principals from memory, out there at halfway. And whatever, I love that word you use, Rahia, kerfuffles they might have had during the game, they're about to come together and shake hands. And I think that's probably the reason they're just taking a second over there to compose themselves, make sure they recognise that they have put up a big match effort today. They have had a hard-working Super 8 season. They haven't got a Super 8 win yet, but they've got 2 more chances, 2 more bites at the cherry. They go away to Tauranga, they go away to New Plymouth. So they still have 2 chances to get a Super 8 win. For Hamilton Boys, they've now won 5 out of 6 games. They had to come here to Gisborne today and scrap. Nigel Hotham, the Hamilton head coach, he would be the first guy to tell you it's not easy in Gisborne, Ben, whatever sort of season they've had or whatever the records, whatever record may speak to it. The fact of the matter is you go to Gisborne, they're going to give you one wild ride. And certainly 8-7 at halftime, the Gisborne faithful, such as we had here today, on a cool day that threatened to rain but never quite did. They saw the best match effort that their people could put up. Rahia, what do you think? I think the Gisborne community, indeed the Super 8 community, could be very proud of these guys. They, I think, like New Plymouth, have yet to get a win. And yet they've come here and they've fought very hard. Very hard.
And they were only 1 point, behind in half time. Also, bear in mind, a lot of these boys are fairly young, so they still have a few more years in Dwayne Healy's team as he is developing his team. Yeah, great effort against the world champs. They should be very proud of them. I'm very proud of them as a Gisborne girl myself, very proud of the effort today, as all these supporters here. I mean, the game, finished 2-3 minutes ago, but we still have supporters here waiting to congratulate their local team for putting a brave effort against one of the best in the world.
Yeah. And, the closeness of these teams, we were talking about it before, Braith Ingram, Punahihi at the head of the column preparing to shake hands. The fact of the matter is that once the game is over, these guys are family. They've spilt the same blood and the same mud. Of course, many of these teams share origins. Gisborne Boys back to 1909. Hamilton Boys High School, founded as Hamilton High School back in 1911. They split in 54 to a boys and girls school. And of course, Gisborne Boys split in 1956. So they are so similar, so many of them. And of course, they share bonds which run very, very deep indeed. Hamilton Boys, Nigel Hotham, having a word with them as they're about to meet and shake hands with their Gisborne brethren, which is what they are now. Truth of the matter is, there are one or two things you want to do as a coach. You want to tell your people, hey, stay calm. We know that you're happy with the achievement. You had to fight hard, but now some humility. Look a man in the eye. It's a firm handshake. It's not, the wrist breaker. It's a good firm handshake. And that citizenship is very important to Hamilton Boys High School, as it is to Gisborne Boys. If you're silly or you're dopey, you don't make these teams. These teams place a great deal of value on character. And right up to the front there, Sturm, very important here. Sturm shakes hands. These guys, their bond is renewed. I suppose every now and then you've got to blow the cobwebs out. Maybe that's what they did 4 minutes from time, was blow the cobwebs out. But certainly now they get together and shake hands. 25 points to 7. And that is a complimentary margin. Gisborne could consider that a complimentary margin against the world champions. Rahia, a last word?
Just very proud of our boys. Stellar effort by both teams. We saw just why Hamilton Boys High School are one of the best in the world, but we also did see the grit and determination of a very fiery and feisty Gisborne Boys High School in front of their home turf, which goes to show home turf means everything.
Yes, it does. And just to remind everybody, this was a Moaska Cup challenge. Hamilton Boys High School have retained the Vesti Thomas Cup. They have retained the Moaska Cup. They are worthy holders of those two iconic trophies. And for Gisborne Boys, next up they've got Tauranga Boys College. Tauranga Boys College on July the 29th. Then, of course, after that, they've got New Plymouth at New Plymouth on, we think, August the 5th. They have a lot more rugby to play, and so also do Hamilton.